good morning, and we are live. It is days episode. How should we frame it? Of the morning show over here with Talk to Tanner, where we go over exciting tips, ideas, tricks to make ourselves a better version of ourselves for the ones we care and we love about most. Well, today I was trying to come up with an idea for this morning's show, or last night anyway. And I thought, maybe going over some tips on how to be more creative would be very helpful for this morning's show, for helping us generate more ideas in general, maybe just a few ways to make life a little more fun as we come to understand that life is not actually that serious, and how, with the right approach and a little bit of preparation, we can have more than enough ideas to work on the improvement of our business, to create the relationships that we want, to figure out where it is that we want to travel when the time comes for our breaks, for our time to focus on ourselves. So let's not wait any longer. Let's go ahead, and I found us an article that I'll go over rather quickly to just look at some ways that we ourselves can be more creative. I'm going to go ahead and share over my screen. Wow, I am a little slower today. I apologize. I am kind of tired. Thought I went to bed at a pretty decent time. Okay. First recommendation and tip: draw, paint, doodle, watercolor. I've done acrylic paintings with friends a few times, and I personally didn't like drawing as much as I had hoped I would. However, this can still be a great way for most of us to get our thoughts out on paper, maybe drawing some type of image, something fun to just get our mind to focus on something, to have our hand eye coordination involved, and to just kind of do what it is. Um, yeah, just kind of focusing on. Sorry, I started reading this part of the article. They're just talking about firing off certain connections in your brain. So maybe it'd be a good idea. Tip number one is just going over, picking out something that you could draw, or maybe taking on a painting class. You've never considered that, thought about that. Maybe getting out a old sketchy notebook that you've drawn on in the past, or something along those lines to help with creativity. Awesome. Tip number two, do something physical. This definitely, and we've talked about this on the show before, kind of mind wandering, no cell phone, no other distractions, no other people, and just out going for a walk, and then letting your thoughts, letting kind of run wild a little bit, letting your mind just clear and adjust a little bit. Whenever I go on hikes and I'm not around anybody, I don't have any music, no podcasts, no people. This is usually where I come up with my best ideas, whether it's just connecting two different things, two different hemispheres of business, whether in coaching and real estate, and kind of trying to combine them to make a better user experience. Or maybe it's just a personal approach that I'm trying to take. Ideas tend to, for me personally, this works best for me, is when I don't have any technological or people distractions and I'm out just doing something physical. Maybe you're mowing the yard this summer, or it's you're riding your bike by the water, by the lake, or you're on the river in general, you're kayaking or something along those lines. These can be amazing for just that, trying to clear, be sharp, and be a little more creative. So, doing something physical without distraction. Embracing boredom. This one, let's just go ahead and read what she's got to say about this. I recently did a 48-hour detox from all my devices, and one of my biggest goals for the experiment was to learn how to embrace boredom. Why, you may ask? Because research shows that being bored actually propels us towards deeper thinking and creativity. The theory goes that a bored mind searches for stimulation, which moves it into the daydreaming state, which leads to new ideas. Read more about the studies here, which we will not be doing this morning. Instead of filling every extra minute with productivity or scrolling through your phone, give your mind some breathing room, let your mind wander. And who knows, you might just have the aha moment you were looking so hard to achieve. So, kind of combining what it is we're doing with physical activity with just embracing boredom in general. This is something that's pretty intense and impressive in my to my understanding. I mean, really, when you think about it, how flooded we've become with I need this and I need that and needs more and more and more and more because of how fast paced everything is today. Such as when you're going in between, you're eating a meal. Not only do you need to be eating a delicious meal, but you need to be having a cell phone with a really fun piece of content and then a TV on in the background as well. So, whenever we can get a chance to unplug and kind of ask ourselves, like, why am I bored? What am I doing? Sometimes what happens to me is in later on in the day or in the evenings, I'll be kind of bored and I'll think, okay, well, kind of bored. I guess I could drink a few beers or something along those lines. And then I'm immediately filling it in with something. And then I turn, what can you do while you're drinking beer? I mean, about a few basic things like watch TV, sports, or something not very, very productive that's going to help with creativity. So just being careful of that. And then maybe embracing boredom is a great way to bust out the old classic dusty journal, to get out a few ideas, things that we want to be getting done, working on. So ask yourself, are you bored? Why am I bored? Maybe a little bit of an investigation of what we can do and fill with that time, or just kind of sitting and doing ourselves a little 48-hour detox. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Watch a TED Talk or listen to a podcast. So, if you're in the ballpark, roughly what it is you want to be learning about, just typing it into YouTube, I have found to be the best, especially if it's a topic that is for your benefit, such as how to be more creative. Excuse me. How to be more creative. Certain books I could be reading, certain pieces of technology I could be learning about my business, systems I could be putting in place. Maybe it's a way of how I can talk to more customers in a more efficient format for my business, scheduling, all those great tools and tricks. I'm sure there's a TED Talk or a YouTube video on it. So maybe we're just being a little more intentional with what we are consuming. Maybe it's the type of content we're going to go ahead and listen today. Ask yourself, what am I watching on YouTube? What am I watching on my phone? Is it helping my creativity? Is it hurting it? Is it stressing me out? How do I feel? A little bit of investigation goes a long way. And then lastly, generate way more ideas than you think you actually need. This for kind of the what we have going on here at the show and how it's, kind of a next up idea each and every day, most days at least, right? Sometimes just sitting down and me plugging in and in my journal or in a Google document that I have on my computer is as I come up with ideas, go ahead and write them down, save them for later. And as we're writing it out, you're thinking about it, you're coming back to it. That can be a great way to help really expand our thinking. It seems like our best ideas come at weird moments, or how we formulate and connect things with things from the past and what we're learning and trying to apply to the future. So be prepared. Be able to write it down in a notebook, some type of dream journal, as many coaches have gone to claim and talk about the powers of journaling, or even getting it down in your cell phone, as most of us do carry it around with us 24/7. So generating more ways, more ideas, how to become more creative. We kind of quick recap. We're talking about possible YouTube, podcasts, TED Talks to help with creativity, embracing boredom for once and not pouring rocket fuel on the stimulator in our brain, and sometimes just taking a break and letting things flow through. Maybe you can do this by doing something physical, such as going for a walk or a bike ride and letting your mind wander a little bit. Or you can always come back and do classics like doing painting, doing an acrylic painting with friends, with family, to kind of just get the creativity flowing and have some fun as well. Being more creative, making life more fun. Let's go ahead. I'll stop my screen share. We're rolling through. It's 7:17. We're 13-minute mark. We were a little late to the party this morning, but we're going to let you guys get on with your day. Everyone have a fantastic, fantastic morning. As we're going to be jumping in, we're going to be trying to get a little more creative with some of the content and some of the exercises and development programs that we're trying to develop for my coaching clients. As always, chipping away, getting better every day, and here to help you in any way I can. And remember, if you're having a hard time creating more ideas, trying to get things down on a paper, trying to actually take action on these creative ideas, you can always hop over to a coaching session, a free one, over at talktotanner.com. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing morning. Rolling on through this magical July 7th, Thursday. I got to hop off. Got a couple meetings to knock out myself. Keep rocking and rolling. Have some more summer fun. Let's get more creative. And I'll be talking to you all tomorrow morning, July 8th, 7 a.m. See you then. Cheers. Have a great day. Talk soon. Love you all. Bye.